In today's video, we're diving into the laws of human nature by Robert Greene, a fascinating and insightful exploration of the fundamental forces that drive human behavior. Greene unpacks why people act the way they do, from irrationality and narcissism to the power of emotions, envy, and even self-sabotage. We'll break down key lessons from each of the 18 laws, exploring how understanding these principles can help us gain more control over our own actions, better influence others, and ultimately lead a more purposeful life. Whether you're looking to improve relationships, develop social intelligence, or simply understand the world around you better, this video will provide practical insights into mastering human nature and achieving success in both your personal and professional life. Stay tuned. Number 1. The Law of Irrationality. The Law of Irrationality asserts that human behavior is often driven by emotions, leading to decisions based on impulse rather than logic. Robert Greene explains that, although we may believe ourselves to be rational, we are frequently swayed by unconscious biases, fears, desires, and social pressures. These emotional triggers cloud our judgment, leading to impulsive reactions, poor decisions, and ultimately self-sabotage. Recognizing this irrational tendency is the first step in mastering it. Greene emphasizes the importance of developing emotional self-awareness, allowing us to pause and reflect before making critical decisions. For example, in a workplace setting, a leader might feel personally attacked by criticism and react defensively, damaging relationships. However, by acknowledging their emotions and analyzing the situation calmly, they could respond constructively, benefiting the team and themselves. Applying the law of irrationality requires understanding the triggers that lead to impulsive reactions in ourselves and others. For instance, when negotiating a business deal, being aware of emotional cues such as fear or greed helps in managing discussions objectively. Instead of rushing to close the deal out of fear of losing the opportunity, a rational approach would involve thoroughly assessing the pros and cons before making a decision. By recognizing and controlling emotional impulses, we can navigate complex situations more effectively, ensuring outcomes that align with long-term goals. Number 2. The Law of Narcissism. The Law of Narcissism posits that everyone has narcissistic tendencies, but these exist on a spectrum. Robert Greene explains that while extreme narcissism is harmful and self-absorbed, healthy narcissism is a balance between self-interest and empathy. This law teaches that understanding others' narcissistic needs can help improve relationships, as people are often more focused on their own emotions, thoughts, and desires than we realize. By recognizing and appealing to their need for attention, validation, and importance, we can influence them more effectively. For example, in a professional setting, if you compliment a colleague's work or acknowledge their contributions, it not only makes them feel valued, but also increases the likelihood that they will cooperate with you in the future. Applying this law requires developing empathy, which Greene calls transformational narcissism. This involves stepping outside of your own self-interest and learning to view situations from others' perspectives. For instance, in personal relationships, if your partner feels overlooked or underappreciated, rather than focusing on your feelings, understanding their need for attention can ease conflicts. By actively listening and showing empathy, you satisfy their emotional needs and strengthen the bond between you. Essentially, managing narcissism, both in yourself and others, requires self-awareness and sensitivity to people's innate need for recognition and importance. Number 3. The Law of Role-Playing. The Law of Role-Playing suggests that humans naturally wear masks and play roles in their interactions with others to conceal their true intentions or emotions. Robert Greene argues that everyone, consciously or subconsciously, engages in this behavior to navigate social dynamics, protect themselves, or achieve certain objectives. People often present idealized versions of themselves to gain approval, trust, or power. For example, a politician may appear empathetic and approachable during campaigns, but behind closed doors, they may hold entirely different views or act in self-interest. The key to mastering this law is recognizing when others are role-playing and learning how to adapt your own mask to suit different situations without being deceptive. This law can be applied strategically in professional and personal settings. For instance, in a work environment, adopting a more confident or authoritative demeanor during meetings can influence colleagues to see you as a leader, even if you don't feel entirely confident. Similarly, in negotiations, role-playing as calm and unflustered can give you leverage, even if you feel uncertain about the outcome. Greene also advises being observant of others' masks to understand their true motivations, which can prevent being misled or manipulated. By mastering role-playing, you enhance your ability to navigate complex social interactions and influence outcomes effectively. Number 4. The Law of Compulsive Behavior. The Law of Compulsive Behavior suggests that much of human behavior is driven by deep-seated patterns formed early in life. These behaviors are often unconscious, repetitive, and rooted in past experiences or unresolved issues. For example, a person who grew up in an environment where they had to fight for attention might develop a compulsive need to be noticed or validated in adulthood. These patterns can manifest in relationships, work, or social interactions, where the individual continuously seeks attention or approval, often without realizing why. Greene emphasizes the importance of becoming aware of these compulsions and understanding their origins to break free from them. Without self-awareness, these patterns can lead to self-sabotage, damaged relationships, or poor decision-making. To apply this law, one must first observe their repetitive behaviors and emotional triggers. For instance, if someone notices they are drawn to toxic relationships, they can reflect on whether a compulsion from their upbringing, perhaps a need to fix others or seek approval from difficult people, may be at play. In the workplace, a compulsive need for perfection might hinder productivity or lead to burnout. By identifying these patterns and consciously choosing different responses, a person can avoid destructive cycles and lead a more intentional, self-directed life. Number 5. The Law of Covetousness. The Law of Covetousness, as described by Robert Greene, emphasizes the human tendency to desire what we cannot have, often leading to envy and dissatisfaction. This law suggests that our desires are amplified by the perceived unavailability of an object or goal, making it more alluring. For example, in romantic relationships, a partner may become more attractive when they exhibit interest in someone else. This dynamic can be seen in the classic tale of the tortoise and the hare, where the hare's confidence leads him to underestimate the tortoise, making the tortoise's steady pursuit more desirable in contrast. By understanding this law, one can strategically create a sense of scarcity around their goals or offerings, enhancing their appeal. In a professional context, marketers often leverage the law of covetousness by creating exclusivity around products, making them seem more desirable. For instance, limited edition releases or VIP memberships generate a fear of missing out FOMO, prompting consumers to act quickly to secure the product. Similarly, individuals can apply this law in networking by maintaining an air of mystery about their accomplishments or future plans. This approach can pique interest and draw others in, enhancing their perceived value and desirability in social and professional settings. By embracing this principle, one can cultivate attraction and motivation both personally and professionally. Number 6. The Law of Shortsightedness. The Law of Shortsightedness emphasizes the human tendency to focus on immediate gratification and short-term results at the expense of long-term goals. This behavior can manifest in various aspects of life, including personal relationships, financial decisions, and career development. For instance, in personal finance, an individual might choose to spend their savings on luxury items rather than investing in long-term assets, such as a home or retirement fund. This short-sightedness can lead to financial instability in the future, as immediate pleasures overshadow the importance of planning for one's economic security. Similarly, in relationships, prioritizing fleeting moments of happiness, such as avoiding difficult conversations, can create unresolved issues that ultimately undermine the stability of the partnership. To counteract this tendency, individuals can adopt strategies that promote long-term thinking. Setting clear, achievable goals and regularly assessing progress can help maintain focus on future aspirations. For example, someone aiming to improve their career prospects might establish a 5-year plan that includes pursuing further education or skill development, rather than seeking only immediate promotions. Additionally, cultivating a habit of mindfulness can help individuals pause and evaluate the potential consequences of their actions. By reflecting on the long-term impact of decisions, one can make more informed choices that align with their deeper values and aspirations, fostering a more sustainable and fulfilling life trajectory. Number 7. The Law of Defensiveness. The Law of Defensiveness, as presented by Robert Greene, asserts that humans naturally resist criticism and become defensive when challenged. This defensiveness often stems from a deep-seated fear of inadequacy or exposure. To effectively navigate this law, one must learn to approach others with a mindset of empathy and understanding. For instance, when providing constructive feedback to a colleague, framing the conversation positively can help reduce their defensive response. Instead of bluntly pointing out flaws, you might highlight their strengths first and then suggest areas for improvement. This approach makes the recipient feel valued and more open to receiving feedback, rather than reacting defensively. Applying the law of defensiveness can also be crucial in personal relationships. For example, when discussing sensitive topics like finances or household responsibilities with a partner, it's essential to communicate with care. Instead of making accusations or placing blame, use I statements, such as, "I feel overwhelmed when chores aren't shared equally," rather than, "You never help around the house." This strategy encourages an open dialogue, reducing defensiveness and fostering a collaborative atmosphere where both parties feel safe expressing their thoughts and emotions. By recognizing and addressing the defensiveness inherent in human nature, individuals can build stronger, more resilient relationships in both personal and professional spheres. Number 8. The Law of Self-sabotage. The Law of Self-sabotage posits that individuals often undermine their own success due to deep-rooted fears, insecurities, or limiting beliefs. This law suggests that self-destructive behaviors, such as procrastination, perfectionism, or avoidance, stem from an unconscious desire to remain in one's comfort zone, even if it means foregoing potential achievements. For example, a talented professional may delay submitting a project out of fear of criticism, ultimately resulting in a missed opportunity for advancement. This self-sabotage can manifest in relationships as well, where an individual might pick fights with their partner to validate their belief that they are unworthy of love. Recognizing these patterns is crucial, as it allows individuals to confront their fears and work towards personal growth. To apply the law of self-sabotage effectively, one can start by fostering self-awareness through reflective practices like journaling or therapy. By identifying triggers and patterns of self-destructive behavior, individuals can develop healthier coping mechanisms. For instance, someone who tends to procrastinate might implement time management techniques, such as breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Additionally, cultivating a growth mindset can help combat self-sabotage. By viewing failures as learning opportunities rather than as reflections of self-worth, individuals can build resilience and embrace challenges more openly. This proactive approach can lead to enhanced personal and professional fulfillment, breaking the cycle of self-sabotage. Number 9. The Law of Repression. The Law of Repression in Robert Greene's The Laws of Human Nature highlights how repressed emotions can lead to destructive behavior and hinder personal growth. Repression occurs when individuals consciously or unconsciously suppress their feelings, leading to unresolved conflicts that manifest as stress, anxiety, or aggression. For instance, a person might experience anger towards a colleague, but choose to repress it to maintain a peaceful workplace atmosphere. Over time, this repressed anger can lead to passive-aggressive behaviors, sabotaging workplace relationships and productivity. To apply this law, individuals should practice emotional awareness by acknowledging their feelings instead of burying them. Techniques such as journaling, therapy, or open communication with trusted friends can help articulate these emotions, enabling healthier responses to conflict. Moreover, understanding repression can be beneficial in interpersonal relationships. For example, in a romantic partnership, one partner may suppress feelings of jealousy or insecurity to avoid conflict. However, these feelings, if unaddressed, can lead to emotional distance or mistrust. By recognizing and discussing these emotions, couples can foster deeper intimacy and understanding. Engaging in honest conversations about vulnerabilities and fears mitigates the risk of repression. Number 10. The Law of Envy. The Law of Envy posits that envy is a powerful and destructive emotion that can significantly impact relationships and personal dynamics. It manifests when individuals desire what others possess, leading to feelings of inadequacy and resentment. Understanding this law allows individuals to navigate social interactions more effectively by recognizing envy in themselves and others. For instance, if a colleague receives a promotion, a fellow employee might feel envious, leading to strained relations. By acknowledging these feelings, one can take proactive steps to address them, such as focusing on self-improvement rather than comparison, thereby reducing the harmful effects of envy. To apply the law of envy constructively, one can use strategies to diffuse its negative impact. For example, rather than harboring resentment, individuals can celebrate other successes, fostering a supportive environment. This can be particularly effective in team settings, where collaboration is crucial. Additionally, embracing vulnerability and sharing personal struggles can transform envy into empathy, creating deeper connections. By reframing envy as a signal for self-reflection, individuals can identify areas for growth and work towards their goals instead of succumbing to negative emotions. Ultimately, this law encourages a shift from competition to collaboration, promoting healthier relationships and personal development. Number 11. The Law of Grandiosity. The Law of Grandiosity in Robert Greene's The Laws of Human Nature emphasizes the pitfalls of overconfidence and arrogance that often accompany success. Greene suggests that while a sense of achievement can foster self-belief, it can also lead to a distorted self-image where individuals perceive themselves as infallible. For example, a successful entrepreneur may become so immersed in their achievements that they ignore critical feedback or fail to adapt to changing market conditions. This mindset can lead to poor decision-making and ultimately business failure, as seen in the downfall of many once thriving companies that failed to innovate or address consumer needs due to leadership's arrogance. To apply this law effectively, individuals should cultivate humility and maintain a grounded perspective, regardless of their achievements. One practical approach is to seek regular feedback from peers and mentors, creating an environment that encourages constructive criticism. Additionally, reflecting on past mistakes and recognizing the contributions of others can help temper grandiosity. For instance, a leader could implement regular team reviews to evaluate strategies collaboratively, promoting a culture of shared success and continuous improvement. By remaining open to new ideas and acknowledging limitations, one can harness confidence without falling into the trap of grandiosity, fostering resilience and long-term success. Number 12. The Law of Gender Rigidity. The Law of Gender Rigidity posits that societal expectations often dictate rigid gender roles, leading individuals to suppress qualities or behaviors that are deemed inappropriate for their gender. Robert Greene argues that this rigidity limits personal development and relationships, as individuals may feel compelled to conform to narrow definitions of masculinity and femininity. To counteract this, Greene advocates for embracing a more fluid understanding of gender traits, allowing individuals to express both masculine and feminine qualities. For instance, a man in a leadership position might traditionally exhibit traits like assertiveness and dominance, but by incorporating empathy and nurturing qualities, he can foster a more inclusive and effective work environment. Similarly, women are often expected to be accommodating and passive. However, embracing assertiveness and confidence can empower them to take on leadership roles and challenge stereotypes. Applying this law in everyday life can lead to healthier relationships and more well-rounded individuals. For example, in a romantic partnership, encouraging both partners to express their vulnerabilities and strengths irrespective of gender can enhance emotional intimacy and support. A woman might take the initiative in planning a trip, showcasing traditionally masculine decisiveness, while a man might focus on emotional support, displaying nurturing qualities. By breaking free from gender norms, individuals can cultivate deeper connections and foster environments that celebrate diversity and authenticity, ultimately leading to personal growth and stronger, more balanced relationships. Number 13. The Law of Aimlessness. The Law of Gender Rigidity posits that societal expectations often dictate rigid gender roles, leading individuals to suppress qualities or behaviors that are deemed inappropriate for their gender. Robert Greene argues that this rigidity limits personal development and relationships, as individuals may feel compelled to conform to narrow definitions of masculinity and femininity. To counteract this, Greene advocates for embracing a more fluid understanding of gender traits, allowing individuals to express both masculine and feminine qualities. For instance, a man in a leadership position might traditionally exhibit traits like assertiveness and dominance, but by incorporating empathy and nurturing qualities, he can foster a more inclusive and effective work environment. Similarly, women are often expected to be accommodating and passive. However, embracing assertiveness and confidence can empower them to take on leadership roles and challenge stereotypes. Applying this law in everyday life can lead to healthier relationships and more well-rounded individuals. For example, in a romantic partnership, encouraging both partners to express their vulnerabilities and strengths irrespective of gender can enhance emotional intimacy and support. A woman might take the initiative in planning a trip, showcasing traditionally masculine decisiveness, while a man might focus on emotional support, displaying nurturing qualities. By breaking free from gender norms, individuals can cultivate deeper connections and foster environments that celebrate diversity and authenticity, ultimately leading to personal growth and stronger, more balanced relationships. Number 14. The Law of Conformity. The Law of Conformity asserts that individuals often succumb to social pressures and groupthink, leading them to compromise their beliefs and values for the sake of fitting in. This tendency can stifle creativity and individuality, causing people to follow popular opinions rather than engaging in independent thought. For example, in a corporate setting, an employee may feel pressured to align with the prevailing company culture, even if it contradicts their personal ethics. This conformity can result in a lack of innovation and discourage unique ideas, ultimately harming the organization. Recognizing this law can empower individuals to assert their own viewpoints and encourage a more diverse and inclusive environment, fostering a culture where differing opinions are valued and explored. To effectively apply the law of conformity, one can cultivate a practice of critical thinking and self-reflection. For instance, when in group discussions, individuals can consciously challenge the status quo by presenting alternative perspectives or questioning popular assumptions. This approach not only reinforces their individuality, but also encourages others to think critically, reducing the risk of groupthink. Number 15. The Law of Fickleness. The Law of Fickleness posits that human loyalty and admiration are often transient, subject to change based on shifting emotions, circumstances, or social dynamics. People may gravitate towards individuals or ideas that are popular at a given moment, only to shift their allegiance when new trends emerge. To navigate this fickleness, one can cultivate a reputation for reliability and consistency while remaining adaptable. For example, in a workplace setting, an employee who consistently delivers high-quality work and maintains a positive attitude is more likely to earn the trust of colleagues, even if the dynamics of the team shift. By being dependable and approachable, this employee can weather the changes in team sentiment and remain a valued member. Moreover, understanding the fickleness of human nature can be advantageous in personal relationships and social situations. For instance, a person who can balance being warm and engaging while also maintaining a degree of mystery is more likely to hold others' interest. Instead of revealing everything about themselves, they might share personal stories gradually, prompting curiosity and maintaining intrigue. This strategy keeps relationships fresh and encourages others to invest emotionally, countering the natural tendency to lose interest over time. Thus, by embracing both reliability and adaptability, one can effectively manage the fickleness inherent in human connections. Number 16. The Law of Aggression. The law of aggression asserts that aggression is an inherent aspect of human nature, manifesting in various forms, such as overt hostility, passive aggressiveness, and competitive behavior. Understanding this law is essential for navigating conflicts and managing relationships effectively. For example, in a workplace setting, an employee may exhibit aggression through undermining a colleague's work or spreading rumors. Recognizing this behavior allows you to address the issue directly and maintain a constructive atmosphere. By approaching the aggressive individual with calmness and assertiveness, you can diffuse potential conflicts and redirect the energy towards collaboration rather than confrontation. Moreover, this law can be applied in personal relationships, where disagreements often lead to emotional outbursts. If one partner becomes verbally aggressive during a conflict, it may stem from underlying insecurities or unresolved issues. By employing strategies like active listening and acknowledging the partner's feelings, you can create a safe space for dialogue, minimizing defensive reactions. Additionally, transforming aggression into a constructive force is crucial. For instance, channeling competitive feelings into team sports or collaborative projects can enhance camaraderie rather than breed animosity. Ultimately, understanding the law of aggression enables individuals to manage their own responses and effectively navigate the complex dynamics of human interaction. Number 17. The Law of Generational Myopia. The Law of Generational Myopia highlights how individuals from different generations often struggle to understand each other's perspectives, leading to misunderstandings and conflicts. Each generation is shaped by distinct historical, cultural, and technological contexts, which influence their values, behaviors, and priorities. For example, baby boomers who experience post-war prosperity may prioritize job stability and loyalty to a single employer, while millennials and Gen Z, having grown up in a rapidly changing digital landscape, often value flexibility, purpose-driven work, and innovation. By recognizing these differences, individuals can foster empathy and collaboration across generational lines. For instance, a workplace with a diverse age range can implement mentorship programs, where older employees share their experiences while younger employees introduce new technologies, creating a symbiotic relationship that enhances productivity and understanding. Applying the law of generational myopia involves actively seeking to bridge generational gaps through open dialogue and mutual respect. Organizations can conduct workshops that address generational stereotypes, allowing employees to express their viewpoints and experiences in a safe environment. For example, a company could host a panel discussion featuring employees from different age groups, facilitating conversations about their career journeys and the challenges they face. By encouraging cross-generational collaboration and appreciating each generation's unique contributions, organizations can create a more harmonious and innovative workplace, ultimately benefiting from the diverse perspectives each group offers. Number 18. The Law of Death Denial. The law of death denial posits that many people avoid confronting their mortality, leading to a diminished appreciation for life. This denial can manifest in various forms, such as procrastination, unfulfilled dreams, or an inability to prioritize what truly matters. By acknowledging the inevitability of death, individuals can cultivate a sense of urgency that encourages them to live more authentically and purposefully. For example, someone might realize that they have always wanted to travel the world but have postponed their plans due to fears about leaving a stable job. By accepting the transient nature of life, they might take the leap to explore new cultures and experiences, enriching their lives and creating lasting memories. In practical terms, embracing the law of death denial can also enhance interpersonal relationships. For instance, recognizing that time is limited can encourage individuals to express their feelings more openly, mend broken relationships, or prioritize quality time with loved ones. This urgency can drive people to have meaningful conversations, resolve lingering conflicts, and appreciate moments of connection. By actively confronting the reality of mortality, individuals can transform their perspectives, leading to a life filled with intention, gratitude, and deeper relationships, ultimately enhancing their emotional well-being and legacy. As we wrap up this deep dive into the laws of human nature by Robert Greene, it's clear that understanding the complex, often hidden, forces that shape human behavior can be transformative. By recognizing our own tendencies toward irrationality, envy, or defensiveness, we can begin to master them, leading to more thoughtful and strategic decisions in life. Likewise, understanding these laws helps us better navigate our relationships, influence others, and protect ourselves from manipulation. Ultimately, Greene's work is a powerful reminder that self-awareness and empathy are key to personal growth, success, and fulfillment. By applying these laws in your daily life, you can unlock a deeper understanding of yourself and the people around you, enabling you to live with greater purpose and control. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content.